Tens of thousands of New Zealanders chose to spend their final day of the Millennium queuing in supermarkets and at service stations. A last-minute concern that a Y2K disaster might be just hours away kick-started a final flurry to stock up on food and emergency supplies.
Millennium madness. Supermarkets were run off their feet today as the Y2K shopping frenzy went into overdrive. At this Auckland supermarket, products were going off the shelves as soon as they were put on. Top of the Millennium shopping list, candles, toilet paper and batteries.
Yesterday we had the last of the size D batteries that were available in Auckland, I think. Today we've got none.
These shoppers aren't convinced the Y2K meltdown will happen.
Just being generally cautious. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
No, I'm just a bit rainy.
No, there won't be a problem.
But the fear factor has meant a boom for supermarkets, which had one of their busiest days of the year.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of panic happening out here. There definitely is. The kind of merchandise that's going in the trolleys is more than what you would need. There's a bit of stocking up. I suspect we might have a quiet January.
Petrol stations were also flat out, with queues forming just to fill gas bottles.
Okay, if we want to keep this moving, can you please pay for your bottle as soon as?
Since Christmas, the barbecue factory has sold 2,000 gas cylinders nationwide and had to order in another load.
Our supplies, luckily enough, just landed in New Zealand yesterday, and we managed to get them out to the stores, and yeah, they're really it's just crazy out there. It's just going ballistic.
It's not too late for people who haven't taken the necessary precautions to be Y2K safe. The Readiness Commission suggests plenty of clean drinking water and some sort of food as the bare essentials should problems occur at midnight tonight. Kamal Santa Maria, 3 News.
Well, the Millennium bug will be watched by thousands of people holed up in offices around the country tonight. Among them will be members of the Y2K Readiness Commission and the Emergency Management Ministry, all based inside the Y2K Status Centre at the Beehive in Wellington. Our reporter outside the Beehive, in fact, I think you're inside the Beehive, is Sarah Hall. Good on you, Sarah. Hello.
Hi, Don. It's raining outside the Beehive, I'm afraid, just like everywhere else around the country. Now, I'm inside the Status Centre. Now, this is where we'll be getting our media briefings tonight and right through tomorrow morning. Now, as you all know, the Y2K Readiness Commission and the Emergency Management Centre has spent the past year gearing up for tonight. With financial markets open all around the world, all eyes will be on New Zealand and what happens here when the clock strikes midnight tonight and in the next few hours. Is it countdown to meltdown or just a lot of hoopla over nothing? In a few hours' time, we'll know whether New Zealand is Y2K compliant. This is Ground Zero, the Emergency Management Centre, located in the bowels of the Beehive. It's where a team of around 60 people will tonight monitor the country's essential services, all reliant on computers.
I mean, there's a bit of tension right now. It's coming. We don't quite know what it's going to be. We don't particularly expect anything. But yeah, there are 300 organisations reporting into us and we wait and see.
The Y2K Readiness Commission's headquarters are deserted now, but in a few hours' time it too will be packed with people ready to warn the rest of the world if there are any problems.
Well, it will give Europe between 12 and 13 hours and it will give the US between 17 and 21 hours. How worthwhile it will be, we don't know because we can't be sure, but at least that's better than nothing.
So are our essential services ready? They all say yes, but with most equipment reliant on computers, hospitals face one of the biggest challenges.
I think that we've done everything we can do. All the important equipment's been tested, and I feel that services will run without interruption through the night.
Telecom has set up a special crisis centre for tonight, but expects few problems bar overloading.
We cannot guarantee that our network will work everywhere all of the time. We don't guarantee that regardless of Year 2K. But as I said, we're not anticipating big problems and we're confident that we're ready for the cutover.
As for getting money out of the bank, the industry says it's compliant, but will have teams on tonight to send information overseas.
Many of the banks are owned by Australian parents, and there will be very strong links from those local operations into the centre, feeding back information on what's happening. I mean, I think the eyes of the world will be on New Zealand generally at that time.
Power companies and civil aviation are also confident they're ready, but they're taking special precautions out on the water. Ships won't be allowed to dock at the country's ports between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. tomorrow morning because the Millennium bug could hit their computer systems.
Right, Sarah, after all the talk and concern about Y2K, how prepared is New Zealand?
Well, I suppose that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I probably could call it the billion-dollar question, because that's just about how much we've probably spent getting ready for this problem. Worldwide, it's estimated the world has spent up to $600 billion, or US $1 trillion. So, yes, we should be prepared, but we don't know. Now, the Y2K Readiness Commission aren't expecting too many problems tonight, but they're saying, now I have to read this because I'm a bit of a technophobe, given the number of computers and embedded microcircuits, that it'll be inevitable that there'll be some problems. So New Zealanders should expect some sort of disruption for up to 3 days in the next few months.
Marvellous, Sarah. As the first country to enter the new millennium, there's obviously a lot of interest being shown by other countries in what's going to happen in New Zealand. Who'll be watching us?
Everyone, I'm afraid. What will be happening tonight is the Y2K Readiness Commission will be sending all the information to the International Monitoring Centre. Now, that is based in Washington. Many financial markets, as I've said, are open, and they'll be watching us as well.
Our resident technophobe at the Beehive, Sarah Hall, thank you very much indeed.
The weather is now the most crucial factor for many people looking forward to an evening out to mark the new millennium. And here to tell us what's likely to be happening in your patch is Wendy Petrie. Hi, Wendy.
Hi Wendy, hi all. I guess what you really want to know is, will you need your brolly to see in the new year, and will you even see the sun if you're up at dawn? Here's a quick whip around the party centres. First up, the Bay of Islands. There'll be the odd shower around midnight, which may put a dampener on the occasion, so take the umbrella. Cloud may make the new millennium tricky to spot at dawn, but if you're keen to try anyway, sunrise is around 6:06 a.m. For the Coromandel, as the Girl Guides say, be prepared. Isolated showers may rain on your parade at midnight and then continue on through dawn. Aucklanders out and about at midnight can expect the odd shower, but it's looking better for sunrise at just after 6 a.m. Fine breaks scattered among the showers. The new millennium arrives in Gisborne without rain, but the clouds just can't stay away. And it's an early start if you want to catch the sunrise around 5:45, though Gisborne should be one of the few places to see the sun at dawn. Wellingtonians outside at midnight will need to use a bit of protection with cloud and rain on the forecast. As for dawn, the sun doesn't stand much of a chance, making an early morning appearance, though the rain will ease to showers. No sign of rain for Christchurch at midnight, but the cloud hangs in there and it'll be a fresh start to the new millennium. 12 degrees at sunrise, but seeing it through the clouds might be tricky. In Dunedin, a cloudy forecast blots your horizon at midnight, and it dawns about the same at about 5:50. So I'm sorry to say New Zealand's living up to its title as the land of the long white cloud. But don't let it ruin your party plans. I'll be back later with a full weather rundown.
Thanks, Wendy. In the news ahead, a timing problem for Gisborne festivities, but nothing will stop the party. And New Year's honours to hang in halls of power and down on the farm.